Yeah.
So you gonna do the intro and then I'll start? You got the intro and then I'll start?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, we're not switching.
We're not
switching anymore. We're sticking to what we were. All Clemson Tigers Live college football preview show from Reigns on Exchange in Pendleton. College football is officially back with the first games coming up this weekend. Today we'll be diving into everything college football and Clemson football, beginning with the 12-team playoff. Is it good or bad for the game? And as always, if you are here live with us and have a question, come up to us during our last segment, and we'll take those at the end of the show. And if you're watching online, you can drop your comment in the chat, and we will get to those at the end of the show. And we are also going to be giving away a signed Danny Ford and Homer Jordan replica Orange Bowl ticket to one lucky fan today at the end of the show. But you must be here to win. So come on down to Reigns on Exchange in Pendleton. Yeah.
All right, guys. So let's first dive into the 12-team playoff. Is it good or bad for the game of college football? Zach, what do you think?
I think that, honestly, it is not good because you're having starting our games and stuff, and you already have all of the coaches and stuff talking about the fact that these guys aren't, professional, and you're at your game. You can hurt. Y'all had 16 teams. So you have to understand just nature and the fact that these kids are still students. And so I think that you have all these great ideas and stuff. I think that it is still based on the students in life.
Right. And I think that, I played at Furman for 4 years, and obviously FCS football, you have a long playoff schedule, and it is a lot on the players for sure and their bodies. There's some injuries that do obviously come just from natural fatigue of things, but I think that ultimately every college football player would love the chance to compete in the playoffs with the chance to win a national title. And so I think that with the 12 teams also, for the fans, it makes college football much more interesting heading into the season. because those later games that in the past might not have mattered as much as they have before because, once you get a couple losses before that football playoff, but now playoff. So I think that's definitely a benefit of the expanded playoff format. Cole, what are your thoughts?
I would say it's good and bad because it's good because all these teams that never got to see the playoff beforehand are getting to see it. Like you said, all these other players are getting to experience the playoffs, but it's not the typical, like, the best 4 teams play. Now you're getting all these smaller teams, like, you're going to get a group of 5 in, like, that could be Coastal Carolina, Tulane, Memphis, other teams like that. But it's going to be good just to spread the game out a little more, get a lot more teams the experience of playing in the college football playoff.
No, you're wrong. It makes 0 sense because they aren't getting the CFP experience, and they are traveling to Tuscaloosa for a home game against Alabama.
But
So how is that the CFP experience?
But I mean, think about it. For home games in the college football playoff, is it going to be a normal home atmosphere? But like if you think about it, in baseball and other sports like the NIT and basketball, if you host a home game, you don't get to do. I mean, you get to do your same home stuff, but it's got to be a neutral atmosphere. So that's not going to be it in football.
No.
It's all home.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I miss the typical 4-team, best 4 teams play, and not, it's a 12 team. I don't think you should be playing at home in the postseason.
I think it will be tough for teams to win on the road for sure, but we got to remember that that's only the first round of the games, and so you will still see some of those lower seeds move through after that first round. And
you're telling me that Memphis or Tulane is going to travel to Alabama and have a chance? Come on.
I think it makes things more interesting as a fan than seeing a bowl game that really has no implication on the rest of the season, for sure. I mean, as a fan, I'm excited to see it, even if the game ends up not being close. But I think Liberty does have a chance to compete with some of those teams. I mean, you look at the first half of their bowl game against Oregon last year, and they hung in there with Oregon in that first half. Second half, it got away from them. But I think that those teams should get at least a chance at it. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But.
See, I guess, I'm the other guy here, and I miss the other game.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to miss the 26-30 and games. That to me, and not to mention, in fact, Graham Neff said this yesterday in his availability that, the fact is that these CFP home games are actually going to hurt some of the teams because they aren't going to have the extra practices. So,
I mean, I think that's true. I think you'll definitely see a couple blowouts, but I feel like in even recent years past, we've seen a lot of the semifinal games have been blowouts.
We won't forget the Ohio State blowouts.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, in one of the first college football playoffs, in the semifinal, you saw Alabama whoop Michigan State. It was like 40. They won by 40 points or something.
Yeah, that was the second year?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, there's obviously going to be those type of games, but I think I would be shocked if there's not at least one upset in that first round of games.
Y'all are out here wishing and dreaming. Yeah. And so, it's going to be a massacre for those lower seeds. I am sorry that there isn't going to be an Ohio State, Michigan, or Herman, South Carolina, or any of those kind of things.
But I think you could see an SEC on SEC matchup, and
Yeah.
I think that if you have a team like Tennessee going into Tuscaloosa to play Alabama, I could see Tennessee coming away with a win there.
But I think they're going to try to avoid that as much as possible.
I think
Almost
so.
like, obviously, like, say baseball, you're not going to see conference matchup in like a regional or anything. So obviously, they're going to try to make their way around that as much as possible. It's going to be a lot of Big Ten, SEC.
Yeah, but even that case, I think Oklahoma State goes into, any SEC team's home stadium. I think that they're going to have a chance to come away with a win. I don't think it's guaranteed at all, but I think that I think there will be an upset for sure in that first round of games.
Yeah, I agree.
Also, it's more money for these schools too, so they're happy about it.
It's gonna, for the first year of it, it's gonna be very interesting, and I think a lot of people. I think at the end of the day, we all will end up liking the 12-team playoff, but it's just definitely gonna be a lot weirder. Zach says no. Think you missed the 4-team playoff? Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Zach, I bet you were hating on the expansion to 4 teams from 2 teams.
No, I like that. I thought that 4 teams was the right number, and I thought that was where it should stay. You're FCS 16 team, play 30 games, who cares? Kind of guy, so.
I think as a player, I think all those players are going to be looking forward to it. But
Do you?
Absolutely, yeah. Because last year at my school, we were a top seed, and so even if it was a smaller team playoff, we still would have made it. But the year before that, we made the playoff as a lower seed, and we came away with a couple upsets. And obviously, it's different at the FCS level compared to the FBS level. But I think that if you go in to a big stadium as an underdog, you love that opportunity to try to come away with the upset. I know that when we had Clemson on our schedule, we were looking forward to that. And you believe that you're going to win that game. Realistically, is there a high chance that you're going to? No. I think we went into that game against Clemson with less than a 1% chance to win, but I promise you every single player on the team believed it, and they all will at these schools too.
The thing is, y'all hung your 400 yards, so you have to give you credit for that.
Those were the DJ days. We forgot about those. That's long gone.
Hey, but that was against y'all's top-ranked defensive line in the country.
Yeah. Yes, it was.
Well, that was a good chat, and when we get back from this break, we're going to discuss the changing landscape in college football and are Clemson and FSU stuck in the ACC. We'll talk about the best fits for them when we come back from this word from our sponsor.
Home isn't just a place, it's a feeling. That's what Harbor Oasis became for me, a slice of home in Anderson, South Carolina. I stumbled upon this heartwarming marketplace. Roaming through aisles of handcrafted treasures and local art, I felt each piece whispering stories of passion and dedication. It's a place where warmth meets creativity. Join me in experiencing this magical oasis. Explore the beauty, attend soul-enriching workshops, and support local artisans. See for yourself how Harbor Oasis can become a part of your story too. Experience the joy today at Harbor Oasis, located at 5013 SC 24 in Anderson.
Nick and Norman's is a brand new restaurant on the West End. Located at 1 Augusta Street, we are bringing unique Southern-inspired cuisine and a speakeasy vibe to Greenville. Created by an ownership group headlined by Norman Reedus and Greg Nicotero, Nick and Norman's is more than just a restaurant. It's a destination for an unforgettable dining experience. Our hours are Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Our phone number is 864-236-5446. We also have a private dining room, so call for booking. Be sure to follow us on social media, on Instagram and on Facebook.
We'll also talk about, if you want to talk a little bit with us about the expansion, or not the expansion, the conference realignment.
Welcome back, guys.
Cool.
It's been a weird offseason in college football. We're going to talk about the conference realignment, who's been added to the new conferences, Big 12, SEC, ACC. What do you guys think, first off, about where these teams have came from the Pac-12 and entering the ACC, Big 10, Big 12? What's your thoughts, Evan, on that?
Well, first I'll say we're joined by a special guest for this segment. Welcome in.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate y'all coming in tonight. Thank y'all for coming out to Reigns.
Thank you.
And everyone come on out to Reigns. It's a great experience, great atmosphere, great food, great drinks. Everyone come on out.
Hey, we're open. We're open Monday through Saturday. Open up at 11 a.m. every day. Tuesday nights, we have buy one, get one wing night every Tuesday night, 4 to 9. Weekly specials or daily specials. And got college football next Saturday. We're excited.
Yes, sir. And getting into some college football now. We've seen some recent changes to the college football landscape with Cal, SMU, and Stanford joining the ACC. We have Texas, Oklahoma joining the SEC. And so let's get into some of those changes. I think Stanford and Cal is going to be a rough adjustment for them. They couldn't win in the Pac-12. I don't see how they're going to be able to win in the ACC.
Little technical difficulty.
Yeah, hold on one second, guys. Sorry about this. All right, welcome back, guys. Sorry about that technical difficulty. We should be all good now. So getting into these conference changes, personally, I think Stanford and Cal are going to have a rough adjustment to the ACC schedule. When they couldn't win in the Pac-12, I don't see how they'll be able to do it now. I think SMU, though, for them, it's a great move. They're going to make more money coming from the AAC to the ACC. And overall, I think it's going to be a great move for them. I think Oregon's going to have a great move to the Big Ten, and I think they're going to win their conference this year, as well as Utah. And I also think it was a great move for UCF to move on over to the Big 12, and a great money move for them.
Hey, I like Oregon in the Big Ten now.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good move. I think they're going to give Ohio State a run. Ohio State has got to be the best team coming out this year.
Mm-hmm.
If Ryan Day can't win with that, I don't know what to tell him. But Oregon is going to absolutely give them a run this year.
I do too. I think that's going to be a great game to watch. One of the best games this season. Cole, your thoughts?
I think, speaking on the Ohio State situation, I think this is a year if Ryan Day doesn't beat Michigan, he's gone.
Yeah, I do too.
But speaking on the Big Ten, obviously Oregon, I think, is the best team that has switched conferences over the year.
Right.
So I think Oregon's going to run the Big Ten this year, in my opinion. I think Will Howard at Ohio State coming from Kansas State is a big move for the Buckeyes. But is that Ryan Day-led team going to take control and beat Oregon? I don't know.
You're all see on Cal Stanford. You're telling me that Cal and Stanford aren't the cream of the crop? And come
Not at all.
Maybe when Christian McCaffrey was there, they were. Not now.
Not anymore.
yeah.
I think Cal and Stanford are a long ways from being talked about in football.
Yeah.
They're just being talked about this year because they're new in the ACC.
Yeah. I like Utah a lot, too, with Cam Rising back from his injury. I like that team a whole lot.
Hey, I like Cam Rising at Utah. I like Utah to win that
Me
conference.
too.
Oh, yeah.
I like Utah to win that conference.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's the oldest quarterback in college football right now. So
He's on his 7th year.
Yeah.
he's been there a long time, so he should.
What he posted the other day, 19th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
19. Been there a long while. But, we got football this Saturday, Florida State, Georgia Tech, and Dublin, Ireland. So, obviously, that's going to be a really good game. So, it's finally back. It's been a long wait in summer. We know without, my opinion, no Clemson sports for a good 3 or 4 months sucks. So,
Yeah.
I am so excited to get back to some Clemson football, but I'm also ready to watch a little football this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Who do you like this weekend?
I like the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, I think
Do you?
Georgia Tech might pull the upset on them.
Yeah.
I think DJ is going to pull it out. I think
Really?
DJ is going to be hot coming in to play Clemson.
That's fair.
I think when it gets to Clemson,
Mhm.
it's going to happen, and he's going to have a downfall there. I think he's going to be in his head a little too much. Love DJ,
What
but I got Clemson.
What are your thoughts on Clemson's offense heading into the season?
Man, I think Klubnik I think Klubnik's going to come out a different person.
Mhm.
I like our experienced offensive line.
Yeah.
We've got more guys. We've got the guys coming back from last year, not hardly losing anything. Our weapons this year on the outside, if these true freshmen live up to the hype that they're saying, I think we're going to be good. Offensive line holds up for Cade, and he can get the ball out to those guys, and then you hand the ball off to Maffa, let him run the rock 20-plus times. I like our chances.
I like Malfa a lot. I think he's going to be one of the best backs in the country this year.
What is Maffa, 6'2", 230?
He's a big guy.
How do you not hand that guy the rock every time?
Yeah. Hopefully he can stay healthy for us. That'll be the big thing. And I like Matt Luke, too, new offensive line coach for the Tigers.
Absolutely.
One of the best offensive line coaches in the game. He's been around college football for more than 20 years. Had a great career at Ole Miss, was their interim head coach for a while. Been at Georgia for a year. I mean, he has a better resume than any offensive line coach in the country, and I'm excited to see what he can do with that Clemson offensive line.
I think that's definitely where we have to have the improvement of the offensive line.
Yeah.
If we get some good protection for Cade and Cade makes good decisions, this is going to be an excellent year for Clemson.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is the Matt Luke addition to the offensive line, because Thomas Austin wasn't a very aggressive offensive line coach. It seems like every week it was the same thing, missing blocks, guys getting hurt in practice. I think I agree with him on the Cade coming out of a new person. I think Cade Klubnik is I think going to be one of the most improved quarterbacks in college football this year.
I agree. I mean, you got to look. You got guys like Hendon Hooker come out. He was a late bloomer. Come out, won the Heisman.
Yep.
You got Joe Burrow wasn't great until his 5th year.
Yeah.
I got a good one.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think this could be I'm a Clemson fan, so I'm always going to say this is the year. But, hey, I think, Cade coming out of Texas, college football mecca, winning all those state championships, how does he not translate to this? I mean, he's playing college-level athletes in Texas. Coming here, second-year starter, I think this turns out to be a great year.
I mean, look at Bo Nix.
Exactly.
Started his career off at Auburn, was trash.
Revamped himself at Oregon. And
now high draft pick, he was named a starter the other day. So I feel like Cade could make a story like that. I hope he doesn't, obviously Bo Nix transferred. I don't want that to happen.
No.
But, I mean, a lot of people were wanting to run Cade off in the offseason, which I don't agree with at all. But I do think Cade Klubnik is ready for next weekend. Obviously, it's going to be a hard and tough game. But if he can come out there and lead that offense, we know the defense will help us out.
Georgia plays incredible in the Dome.
Yeah.
But I think Clemson's going to come out better. Huge Clemson fan. I'm biased. People think it's going to be a blowout. That's not happening.
That goes two ways. If can't keep the defense on the field all game.
No.
It all depends on the offense. Get out there and get a good first drive, and I'm gonna be highly upset if the first play we throw a screen.
Absolutely.
I want a deep ball first play. Let's show them what Garrett Riley's capable of.
Ball, set the tone. Let's go.
Let's go.
Spot the ball.
First deep ball, Antonio Williams for a touchdown. We'll take it.
I like it. I'm in.
So I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think. It's not going to be a blowout at all.
No, I don't think it's going to be anyway. I mean, last time Georgia had a lot better team, and we had a little bit worse team, and they beat us 10-3.
10-3. All of a pick six. Excited about pick six. So Justin Ross didn't complete his route, but this is a new year. A lot more weapons, I think, than that 2021 team. Obviously, Georgia's got a better quarterback than JT Daniels. But does Georgia have those weapons that they had back in 21? Like, they didn't have that defensive line. Obviously, their front seven's always going to be good. Mm-hmm. But they don't have Brock Bowers at tight end anymore. Right. I mean,
who's their tight end going to be this year? I mean, all that you hear about Georgia, you think Georgia the past couple of years is Brock Bowers.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Who's it going to be this year?
Well, I don't know, man. As much as they're getting pulled over and getting locked up, I don't know who's on the opening day roster. So
no Lad McConkey.
Nope.
I mean, that was their Hunter Renfrow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was a stud.
He was an absolute stud.
Where it is, they don't even know ETN could be suspended for game one.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I haven't heard that.
So,
That'd be good news for
but me
Clemson.
personally, I want him to play. I want to get their best. So if we beat them, I don't want to hear any excuses.
No excuses.
No. I wish ETN was in orange or purple, but
I just don't think he wanted to follow his brother's footsteps.
yeah, that's it. And I respect that. You don't want to come here and live off your brother's name. I mean, he's a stud of a running back, just as his brother is. And I think he's going to have a great year. Just hope he doesn't have a good game week 1.
Me too. And speaking of next week, we will be right here next Friday at 6 for the pregame show and every home game this season. Thank you all for joining us, and we will be right back after a short word from our sponsors.
Have you ever bitten into a pizza and just known your taste buds were experiencing something totally unique? That was me at Crust and Craft in Greenville. Nestled right at 123 South Main Street, this isn't your average pizza joint. Their claim of "we do pizza differently" couldn't be truer. With creations like the Low Country Seafood Boil Pizza and exquisite $10 lunch specials, they're crafting flavors that defy the norm. Plus, the vibe? Unbeatable, especially with their new cocktail menu to sip on the patio. Head over to Crust and Craft Greenville, taste the difference for yourself. And seriously, do not miss out on their happy hour. Grab your slice of heaven today.
Have you ever stumbled upon a flavor sensation that sweeps you off your feet? That's Waffle Drop. Nestled in the heart of Greenville, we've spun up the traditional bubble waffle, a thrilling mix of pancake and waffle into an art form. From the whimsical Lil Blue Panda to the decadent Ferrero Rocher ice cream, every bite is an adventure. Imagine savoring a bubble waffle wrapped around your favorite ice cream. Now stop imagining. Visit us at Hampton Station or our new location at 500 Congaree Road in Greenville, which is open during the week to embark on your own delightful journey. Buy now and feel the happiness we blend into every serving. Experience the joy today at Waffle Drop.
Alright, welcome back to Rains on Exchange. Guys, this has to be one of the coolest locations. So thanks to Justin and his family for having us. We are excited to make this our home this season. And so as we look at this coming season, obviously there are always overrated or underrated teams. So that is kind of what I want us to talk about heading into this season nationally. Who are your overrated teams? I'll start with Cole because I like you.
I think a lot of ours are going to be similar right here. I can give you 2 overrated. I'm going to start with Penn State and James Franklin. I'm not a Penn State or James Franklin fan. Number 2 is Mario Cristobal and Cam Ward, Miami.
Let's go. Yeah, I like that.
I think the addition of Cam Ward at Miami is a lot overhyped than people are looking. Obviously, he got the preseason ACC Player of the Year accolade.
Yeah.
I don't think Miami and Cam Ward is a fit at all. This isn't where he come from, Washington State.
Yeah.
This isn't Pac-12 football. And, I mean, obviously it's the ACC. It's no better. I mean, it's not I want to get out of the ACC personally, but I don't think that's a good fit. I do think I see Miami going – I could see them going 10-2, 11-3. I mean, not 11-3, but 10-2, 9-3, 8-4. I don't think Cam Ward can just come to Miami and magically make a playoff appearance, or even I don't even see them contributing. I don't see them even in a race for the ACC title.
I think that first game is going to be tough for them against Florida. They're going to the Swamp and playing the Gators, and I don't see Miami coming out of there with a win. It's a hard place for any team to come away with a win at, and I don't see them competing in that game much at all.
Is Graham Mertz still the quarterback at Florida?
Yeah.
Okay, I like Mertz, but do we see any DJ Lagway game 1? He was highly recruited coming out of high school. I thought Clemson had a really, really good chance to get him. Obviously, he liked the coaching staff here, but I guess he wanted that week one starting job. But I don't even think Florida's named to start QB yet for that game.
I don't know.
So that's going to be a toss-up. If Mertz plays, I do think Miami has a chance. I think they have a chance either way if DJ Lagway or Graham Mertz plays. But I don't think Miami's defense is really good at all. Their offense, well, I mean, they beat us last year, but I mean that we're not going to talk about that. But I just don't think Miami's is a fit with Cam Ward. I don't think they're the same offensive scheme. I don't think they run the same type of playbook that he has. I mean, he led college football in passing last year.
Yeah.
So
another
that's just my opinion.
No, I like that. And another overrated team I'm going with is Michigan. I think that they've had a lot of drama over the course of this offseason. Obviously, they lost their head coach, Harbaugh. They lost over 10 players to the NFL draft, and they've had a lot of allegations coming out about cheating, and they have definitely some punishment from the NCAA looming over them right now. And I think that there's just too much drama surrounding that program for them to live up to expectations following their national championship last season.
Yeah, I like how you just, jumped in there and started getting yours. Like you're running this segment. Yeah. So I'll go. Yeah, I agree with you too on State. I think that James Franklin hasn't overrated his entire career. Let's be honest. The only reason he got that job was because he went to a dump like Vandy and was able to win like 3 games there. So, obviously I'm not a James Franklin or Penn State guy. I also think Texas A&M is highly overrated. I don't care, what they're ranked. They're always overrated. So, they're a team that wants to be mentioned with Texas and OU and those teams. Honestly, Texas and OU heading to SEC only spells trouble for A&M. That is 2 additional losses on their schedule. And so, I hate A&M as a ranked team. And honestly, I am going to say Virginia Tech. I think they're getting tons of love from guys like you.
Wait. You said Virginia Tech's going under the overrated?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
This is going to be a debate, Evan.
Yeah, this is going to be a debate.
This is about to get good.
We're into it now.
Yeah.
So let's hear it.
Show's over.
I mean, listen. What has you guys thinking they're worth anything? They haven't done anything in the last 10 years, and you're going to tell me that, I don't care. You can look up all the crap that you want.
Virginia Tech.
They are still sucking, and they're still going to lose her game.
Okay, if we had Kyron Drones here, he'd have a lot to say to you right now.
Oh, then.
I
think James Franklin would have something to say.
Oh, James Franklin's not in the conversation. I think Virginia Tech is one of those teams with a fiery offense coming into this year. Obviously, it's been a rough couple of years.
Okay, so what makes you think that? You can't just say stuff and not back it up. So,
I haven't paid attention much as Evan had. Evan, let's drop the mic. Come on, go ahead. Tell us what you know about Virginia Tech.
I think Virginia Tech's the most underrated team in the country heading into the season. I think that you look at their last 7 games of last season, their starting quarterback, who Cole you mentioned, he hasn't he didn't play until week 3 of last season, and after that they won.
Look what they did last year. Who cares about last year?
They're building on last year. We can say the same thing about Clemson because they won their last 5 games last season. But Virginia Tech won 5 of their last 7, and during that time they put up over 40 points in 3 of those 5 wins. And they had 51 points in one game, 55 points in another, over 40 points in the other game. And during that time, they probably had the best offensive stretch in the entire country. And they didn't lose anyone on offense heading into this season. Their offense only got better with the recruits that they brought in. And defensively, they're about the same team as well. And I like them a lot. I think that it's going to be a really, really tough game for Clemson to go in there and play them.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Fell asleep on us. I think that Clemson Virginia Tech game could. I guess Zach got me on that part. I haven't studied Virginia Tech just as much as Evan has, but I do think that game in Blacksburg is going to be the toughest road game we have this year, outside of the neutral site next week in Atlanta. But you got to go to Florida State this year. They're at 50% capacity. They have DJ Uyunglele at quarterback, who we know very well, and how he plays football, and it's not very good. But I do think I agree so much with Evan about Kyron Drones and that Virginia Tech team. I mean, they're going to be pumped when we enter Blacksburg and that
Who isn't? Come on, you're acting like Clemson. Like this is something new.
It is new, actually, because we hadn't played at Virginia Tech in a full capacity since 2016. So it's definitely going to be a new atmosphere for these young guys that haven't been yet, or actually none of the team. I think the last time we went was COVID year.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a fun season. I think that game, NC State and Florida State, are the 3 circle on my calendar outside of Georgia.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. So let's go to the
Underrated.
Sorry, yeah. The underrated. So you have any terrible takes?
I think I got. If you call that terrible, I guess I'm gonna start with Clemson being the underrated team. Addition to Matt Luke and Chris Rump, guys like that leading the. Chris Rump with the D ends, Matt Luke with the offensive line, who is the offensive line's been the biggest struggle outside of the quarterback position in the last 3 years. I think Clemson is not the most underrated team going into this year, but they're definitely top 3, top 4 going into this year. All eyes are not on Clemson this year. All eyes are on Georgia, whooping Clemson in Atlanta, this and that. Clemson has no chance. Kay Klubnik and that Clemson offense are going to be ready to come out August 31st and play.
Yeah, I think that the fact that all eyes are not on them is a good thing. Dad can, get the right us ready and can have that thing heading down to Atlanta.
I mean, I like Clemson a lot. I think they're also an underrated team for similar reasons that y'all mentioned. Another couple teams that I had as underrated were Kansas and Missouri. Missouri's ranked highly to start the season, but I think that people don't realize how good of a quarterback Brady Cook is. I think he's one of the top quarterbacks in college football this season, and I think they can make a deep run this year in the playoffs. I also like Kansas a lot. They're ranked low to start the season, but I think that they'll quickly progress up those rankings. People don't think of Kansas as a football school, but over the last couple seasons under their new head coach, they've really emerged, and they have a top quarterback in the country too, in Daniels. I think he's going to have a great season. And Neal, their running back, is also one of the best running backs in college football.
Oh, yeah. I think you have to look at a team like, this.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Lane Kiffin, like him or hate him, he is a hell of a coach.
I'm a Lane Kiffin fan.
Yeah, me too.
You two have your significant other issues. So I think that this year is a team that is underrated. I also think Tennessee. They are not necessarily in the same league as UGA, but they are a close second or third.
Yeah, I agree. I'm excited to see what Nico can do also in his first season starting at quarterback for them. Obviously the highest rated quarterback coming out of his class. So I'm excited to see what he can do. And as we mentioned at the beginning of the show, we have a bunch of free stuff up here, free shirts, free cups, free mini footballs. And we have a raffle to win a ticket up here. So if you're interested in any of that, please come up and feel free. And we will be right back after a short word from our.
They say a home is a safe haven, but what about when that safety is threatened? Last year, a storm hit our area hard, and suddenly the roof over my head, my family's shelter, was compromised. I felt vulnerable. But then Canopy Roofing stepped in. Their dedication, much like that of a caring family, restored more than just our roof. They restored our sense of security. If you're ever in need, let Canopy protect your haven too. Experience the same peace of mind. See for yourself how Canopy Roofing can safeguard your family's comfort and safety.
Are you tired of scrolling endlessly to find the perfect deal?
Who said that?
Me.
Ah! Who are you? How did you get in my house?
Be not afraid. I'm the Frugal Fairy. See, at the Frugaling Shop, we bring the best deals to your doorstep, so you can spend less time searching and more time saving.
Yes, hello? There's a man with wings standing in my living room, and I'm scared.
All right, welcome back, everyone, to our show live at Range on Exchange in Pendleton. Feel free to come out. We're here every week. As the college football season gets started, we'll be diving into everything, Clemson football and college football in general. And now that we're back, we're going to talk about the teams that we think will make the 12-team playoff and the conference champions from each conference. So let's get into that a little bit. Zach, who do you have?
I know I have Memphis, the American. I think that they are honestly one of the most dangerous teams. Like I was getting on to you a little bit. They are a Tulsi that I don't want to face.
I like that pick a lot. I was contemplating between them and Liberty. I ended up going with Liberty at number 12.
Liberty all day.
I think that they're going to build on what they've done the last couple of seasons there. They've went 13-1 last season with their only loss coming to Oregon. And I think they have a great quarterback. He started his career off at Tennessee. He got kicked off the team due to some disciplinary reasons, but he's bounced back from that. And last season, he had over 30 touchdowns with only 6 interceptions, which is a great stat line to have as any quarterback. And so I think Liberty is going to sneak in there at number 12.
I think Jamie Chadwell is an awesome coach.
Yeah.
And I think this is probably his last year coaching small ball.
Yeah.
I think he's going to get a big job next year.
Mm.
But I think that's also my pick for the 12th seed in the playoff. But who do you have? I want you to just go through your list of your top 12 and, minus Liberty, who you have 1 through 11.
All right, number 1, I got Georgia. 2, I got Oregon. Utah, I got 3rd, winning the Big 12 in their first season there. I got Clemson at number 4, winning the ACC championship against Virginia Tech. I think they'll get some redemption in that game. I got Notre Dame coming in at number 5, Texas 6, Ohio State 7, Alabama 8, Ole Miss 9, Oklahoma State 10, and Missouri 11. So I showed a lot of love to the SEC in my picks.
I see you left out the Seminoles, Florida State.
Yeah.
As of right now, I got a lot of ours the same. I had Ole Miss and Alabama flip-flop than what you had, but I got Florida State at the 11th seed. I do think, as of right now, I think DJ and Florida State can make the playoffs. But I think it all depends on Saturday, to be honest, because obviously their schedule gets worse as time goes. But Georgia Tech's not not a bad team to open up the year with. We know with Haynes King and what he can do at quarterback, and obviously the year he had last year was really good. So I do think the Florida State Seminoles will make the playoffs.
I think that Georgia Tech has a great offense. I just want to point that out real quick. They have Haynes at quarterback, who you mentioned. They also have another Haynes at running back, who's one of the top running backs in the ACC. And Eric Singleton at wide receiver, I think, is going to be an amazing wide receiver this season. And I think that they have the ability to have a really explosive offense this year, and we could see that against a Florida State team who lost a lot of talent. On the offensive side of the ball, they lost 5 players to the NFL draft. They lost their starting tight end, top 2 receivers, starting quarterback, and their starting running back. And on defense, they lost 2 of their starting DBs and 2 of their starting defensive linemen and their best defensive linemen. So I think that that's going to be an inexperienced and weaker Seminoles team than we saw last year. Zach, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, FSU, you're insane to think that the ACC is getting 2
They're going to get 2 teams. And it doesn't matter if it's us, Florida State, Virginia Tech. I think so. I could be wrong, but at the end of the day, I mean, I do think that I'm starting to agree with Evan more than I have in the past couple of weeks of our show. I think Virginia Tech is going to be that sleeper team in the ACC that nobody watches out for. It's definitely going to be a trap game for Clemson.
Okay, so here I'll give you the correct. So I obviously have glory to Georgia at 1. All right, 2 Ohio State, 3 your Clemson Tigers, at 4 Oklahoma State.
Over Utah?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You got something to say about that, Lee Carson?
I don't think Cam Rising loses when he's a starting quarterback. So the only time that Utah really loses is when he's injured, like last season. But I think his last 24 starts, he's gone 23-1 or 22-2. So, I mean, I don't see Oklahoma State getting past them. I think Oklahoma State's going to sneak in the playoffs.
Okay, so then Trevor Lawrence go undefeated until LSU. So don't tell me QB never loses. Number 5, Texas. 6, Notre Dame. 7, Ole Miss. 8, Alabama. 9, Oregon. 10, Michigan. 11, UNLV. And 12, Memphis. That's it. That is your 12-team playoff right there. Go ahead. If you are a betting guy, go ahead and throw your money on all those conference champs. Because, I don't take any commission.
Did all our conference championship winners match up? Was that this?
Yeah, you had Ohio State coming out of the Big Ten.
Give me the Ducks.
Yeah.
I do think Oregon wins the Big Ten, but I think Ohio State makes it farther in the playoffs. I don't know. I think that could go both ways. I feel like Oregon – I don't know. I like Oregon, but I don't like Ohio State, but I feel like Ohio State is a postseason team.
Like, all I hear from you is, you have to have some conviction.
You got to get some kind of debate going. You can't all agree on everything.
All right, so you're tough. Because, you don't get to sit there and smirk and look all, laughing and stuff at ours. So what is your tough?
I mean, I I agree with Cole on most of them. I think that on all our conference champions, me and him aligned. We all had Notre Dame sneaking in around the 5-6 spot, I think. And I mean, I think the only one that we really disagreed on was Oklahoma State and Utah, because I had Utah as my third. You had Oklahoma State as your third. And then I don't know. I mean, I think overall, though, I think that there's going to be a lot of shakeups once the season actually starts. And I don't see Florida State getting in there.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they probably won't. But as of right now, but
I think SMU is going to get their first big win of the ACC against Florida State. That's a road game for Florida State, and I think it's a trap game for them. That SMU team's been really good the last couple of years, and obviously it's going to be an adjustment for them heading into the ACC. But I like that team a lot. I like their quarterback a lot, so I'm excited to see what they can do.
SMU is really fun to play with in the college football game. Actually,
It is.
I've won a good bit of games with SMU.
Really?
So yeah, I agree with that part. Zach doesn't like that.
I sure like all y'all's games. Like I am still stuck in Super Mario. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
College football game has been really fun the past couple months it's been out, but we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Ever wondered how to stay updated on all things Clemson Tigers without the hassle? I discovered the All Clemson Tigers website, and it's a game changer for any sports fan. From football to Olympic sports, they cover everything Tigers. I've been following their updates, and the insights are outstanding. Check it out today and become the most informed fan at the game.
Ever find yourself needing custom gear that really stands out? At Carolina Printing Sports and Trophy in Hartsville, SC, we personalize everything from t-shirts to trophies, making sure your brand or team logo pops. Whether it's screen printing, embroidery, or dazzling plaques, we've got you covered. Swing by today and let's create something unique just for you.
All right, welcome back, everyone, for our last segment today. We're going to give you our picks for the national championship, where Clemson fits into all of that, and our Week 0 preview.
Yeah, so yeah, the national championship is half tough and half easy. I have UGA in it, and also I have them in a rematch of the SEC championship. It's Texas, and Texas losing for the second time to Georgia in Atlanta. So, yeah, roll Dogs.
Roll Dogs. And we play them in a week? Come on, Zach. But I agree with you. I have Texas and Georgia in the national championship.
Let's go. I like that.
So, okay,
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
But it's funny how, all these games being played in the SEC territory, Atlanta. We open up in Atlanta. Georgia plays the SEC championship in Atlanta, the national championships in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I mean, are they just getting everything?
The city, I think.
Yeah, one of the two.
Yeah.
But Evan, who do you have playing in the Natty?
All right, I agree with y'all on Georgia. I think they'll be there. But I have them playing against Oregon.
Oregon.
Oregon. I like Oregon a lot. I think that when you look at Oregon, they have the best offense.
This guy has Oregon Ducks.
Have you been to the bar or something, Evan?
Yeah. He has Oregon. PJs. He sees it.
I think Oregon wins the Big Ten, but Oregon's not making it past the second round of the college football playoff.
Oregon's got the second best coach in college football, Dan Lanning.
Yeah. But
And I'm going to say that they have the best offense in college football this season.
That's the offense.
Best offense in the country. They have Dylan Gabriel at quarterback. They got Ted Johnson at wide receiver, Evan Stewart at wide receiver, the A&M transfer.
I'm the biggest Georgia hater this week and next week, but You think they have a better offense than Georgia?
Yeah. They have one of the best tight ends in the country in Ferguson.
Georgia, Texas. I mean,
No.
I'll even say Ohio State and Will Howard.
No. The playmakers on that Oregon team, it's unreal.
Yeah. See, this is the great thing. Like, I can just turn him.
Oh, you can just mute him. Yeah.
You're going to regret this when at the end of the season.
Okay. All right. So you want
So it sounds like you and him are about to make a bet.
Yeah. Well,
I'll make a bet.
all right. So what is the
What do you want the bet to be?
Look, it is up to you. I run the show, so you tell me.
I'll think about it and get back to you. No, I'm ready to make a bet, but we just got to figure out what it is.
I'll bet right now that Oregon does not sniff the national championship game. They'll already be breaking down the 2025 season.
I promise you Oregon has the best offense in the country this season.
Yeah, she disagrees with you as well.
All right. So I tell you what, Oregon wins the Natty, I'll get a duck tattoo on my house.
I didn't say they would win the Natty. I'd say they'd get to the Natty.
Yeah, no.
Nah, I just don't see it. I see Georgia and Texas all day, but hopefully Georgia has one loss going into that game, and that's to Clemson next week. But only we can dream.
And, I think that, as you look at their schedule, it honestly, lines up great for them.
Mm-hmm.
However, I don't think they're going to be ready this year, to take that step.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that you're looking at next year.
We'll see. I'll get off soon.
Yes, it does. So, week 0 starts Saturday. So, what are you guys looking forward to most?
In the season or
Week 0.
week 0 as in Saturday or week 0 as in the 31st?
Saturday.
Okay, I guess Florida State, Georgia Tech. I'm a big Heaven, how many times have I mentioned Haynes King and Georgia Tech? And
A lot.
yeah, I'm a big Haynes King guy.
You have
ever since last year. I mean, he played very good football outside of the Clemson game. I think that was his worst game. He had like a completion rate of 7 that game. But like that Miami game when all they had to do was kneel the ball, they went running up the middle and they pulled a Clemson and fumbled it. But and then the next play or 2 plays, Haynes King aired it out, touchdown. Georgia Tech wins the ball game.
Mm-hmm.
Then they went on a 5-game win streak.
Yeah.
I'm a big Georgia Tech fan, or not a fan, but I'm a big Georgia Tech guy. I've always liked the Rambling Wreck. I think Georgia Tech wins Saturday, and I think DJ Uyunglele comes in that game a little overhyped.
Mm-hmm.
He's finally got that garnet and gold on. Zach likes me again. He just gave away all those beats, this and that. Georgia Tech is going to play football.
Yeah.
And I can't wait. I think Georgia Tech wins that game.
Yeah.
I like that too. I like that pick. We talked about that a little bit on our show earlier this week, and I think Georgia Tech is going to come away with the win there and really shake up the rest of the conference right away.
If Florida State loses that game, they're done. I mean, they're not even going to play in the ACC championship.
Yeah.
Another team that I feel like we haven't talked about as much is Louisville.
Mm-hmm.
Is Louisville going to be one of those teams again that, obviously this was last year was a down year in the ACC, obviously not having us or North Carolina up there, usually playing in Charlotte a good bit. Louisville, I don't know who's returning on Louisville, who's coming back, who they got out of the portal. But what I've seen so far is Louisville, they got a good offense. So what would you think? You think they can make a little run in the ACC?
I think they can, yeah. I think they lost some playmakers on offense, so I think that's going to hurt them a little bit. But I think they have a great coach.
Yeah,
Yeah. And so I think they'll have another good season, but I think that they're just going to have some tough losses. I don't like their schedule either. I think they have a tough schedule.
I think this is the first year we don't play Louisville. We don't play Louisville, do we? This year?
Yep.
Yeah. I don't think so. Yeah, this is the first year we don't play Louisville in a while. I don't think we do.
We do.
You can check on that.
We do.
I don't think
Almost
so.
positive.
Me too.
Yeah, we do. It's a home
Do we?
game. Yep.
Play Louisville. Okay. Anyways, I think Louisville has a really good chance to make a little run in the ACC as well. But I think out of all teams, I think it's us, Florida State, obviously, but that NC State. I'm ready. As much as I hate Dave Dorn, NC State, I'm ready to see Grayson McCall lead that team.
Yeah.
Especially what he had to say at ACC Media Days. That it's like he'd been there for 4 years already.
Yeah.
Obviously, he came from Coastal, a little Myrtle Beach ball.
Yeah.
But I mean, he looked like he was ready to lead it, and he was talking about mullet season's coming back. So, and I don't know if you've seen Kate Klubnik. He has his mullet going. So, is that going to be a new ball game for him?
Yes.
I'm all for it, and I can't wait.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that, this season is getting out to be the most exciting that we have had. Whether it is the extended playoff or just the conference extensions. I think there are so many storylines that are going to be crucial to this year. And we are going to be right here with y'all, to help cover up, especially the Clemson stuff. We'll be here every Friday at 6 o'clock. You're here at Reigns on Exchange.
Next week as well for the Georgia game.
Yeah.
So
So come out and see us then. I think we need to get Jason on. Justin.
Justin Reigns, yes, great guy.
Because
He's got a lot of football knowledge.
And so the rest of the season will be right here at Reigns on Exchange at 6 o'clock. Every home game, including next week. So it is here, guys. The season is on us. And so it is no longer talking season. So it's now time to actually see what these kids have done all season to get ready. And the great thing about this is every team in the nation starts out 0-0. Every team has the chance to do something special.
Yep. This time next week, my nerves will be shot because it'll be the night before the Georgia game, and I will have a lot of hopes going into that game. So be a little less talkative.
Awesome stuff. So for Evan and Cole and Jeremy, who is here in spirit, I am Zach Lynn. Thank you all for joining us on the college football review.
No.